where the echo's coming from. Ah. Oh, thank you for letting me know that, True Seeker, because I've just noticed where it's come from. Oh, thank you for letting me know that, True Seeker, because I've just noticed where it's come from. I'll do is, so maybe there's, and then I'll mass read them. Oh, so I've just ruined my whole first segment. Is it gone now? Let me know if it's gone. Damn. That whole just ruined the first segment. Screw it. Flipping hell. Thank you for letting me know that. To be honest, I should have checked. There's this thing I should have checked from the beginning. Didn't. Flipping hell. Well, appreciate for letting me know that. Okay, Tay on Twitch. Okay, cool. Let me pull this video back up. You know what, let me state that again, because if it's echoed, it sounds stupid. So the video states, black man gets offended and insults a girl after she said she's looking for chicken. And in brackets, it says, streamer Chicken Andy. And the quote says, take your lashes off, take your makeup off, like you're not even pretty for real. All right.
We're looking for chicken. I took over chicken live stream.
Yeah, co-host. Right now, co-host.
No, we took over chicken live stream.
I don't know if you're trolling, but you talking to black people talking you looking for chicken?
Oh no, he's a guy that he owns this live stream.
Okay.
No,
Keep
I
walking.
love chicken.
Keep walking.
Oh,
No, you should for real keep walking. You should keep walking.
His name is Chicken. He's white with blonde hair.
Okay, bitch, you should keep walking then.
Oh, he just called me a bitch.
I did
Okay.
on your live stream. What about it?
Yeah, but you don't, girl, you listen.
She not like you look like you looking for chicken. Bitch, wait, that's the weirdest fuck.
Guys, you don't know him?
Are people watching?
No, girl, but where's the host at? You done took the camera.
Yeah,
the
like,
host
get the fuck
You
on.
left the host. That's not right.
He
You
gave me
left
the
your friend.
he gave me the camera.
But y'all left the host. Y'all left
Bitch,
the
you trying to be funny like bitch.
Girl, I just got here today.
What happened?
I know. We were just here talking to
Don't even
I ain't even paid.
Like, bitch, you
I'm not
just
paid.
said-
I'm free help right now.
Okay, well be
Guys.
free and keep walking.
don't put me on, girl.
Okay, so first off, for people who are not aware, right? Black people, and I can say this because I'm a black man, we're a very hypersensitive people. Yeah, that's just us. All right, we hear trigger words and we'll go into a tangent. People can slate us for it, try and make fun at us about it. That's just the way we are. So if we hear anything of relevance to chicken or watermelon, or somebody says something along those code words, or something regarding, say, like an animal, like an ape or a monkey or anything like that, the first thing it's going to do is going to make our head turn, and we're going to question, is this person trying to make fun of me? Are they trying to insult me? You know? So when she turned around and said, I'm looking for chicken, as you can see, it is for a streamer named Chicken Andy, because in the corner here it says it's got a kick sign and the person's name. So she wasn't actually trying to be funny. Or we can play devil's advocate. Maybe she was. Maybe she knew what she was doing. Let me go around a black person and say I'm looking for chicken. And then once the black person pulls her up, she can then turn around and say, no, it's a streamer named Chicken Andy. People play those disingenuous games from time to time. But in this situation here, we're best to just give her the benefit of the doubt, you know, until proven otherwise. Now, the way the black man responded, he asked the question, are you trying to be funny? Somewhat paraphrasing. And she explained her case, and he's turned around and said, keep it moving. Now, if this woman had any sense, she'd turn around and say, you know what? That's a big black lad. He's not going to hit her, you know, because it's a woman. You won't be daft enough to do that. It doesn't matter what situation's going on. You're never going to be justified doing that. But shouldn't the common sense say to her, listen, I've already offended this dude racially. I didn't mean to. There was no intention, but that's how it's perceived. Let me just carry on about my business because he's asked me to move on. But we know about Kick. It's all about theatrics and the entertainment. And it's a lot of freedom over there. So people are going to say what they want to say and stand by it because, you know, it's not like YouTube or anything where there are all these restrictions. Kick is a free-for-all. And I love it. I love it because it's a free-for-all. So I'm not, me personally, I don't get offended at these things because I got to take the rough with the smooth. And I would like to hope black people as a collective would start taking the rough with the smooth. Don't let anybody just out and out disrespect you, but times are changing and being hypersensitive over things that are not really, they don't really have shock value anymore like that. People saying the N-word, there's not really shock value behind it. I'm not shocked by it. Yeah, I'd be offended if somebody was trying to say it to me in an aggressive manner. Yeah, it could potentially get physical. But when people are just saying it, it's just, okay, whatever, move away. You know, getting offended over these things, they're gonna happen more and more and more, especially now that we've got alternative platforms. But anyway.
Walking is free too.
No, like, it's on myself.
Why you stop right here? It's a lot of, like, keep walking. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
Like, no, get the fuck out of here. Nobody want to see you. The fuck?
It's okay. We're just looking for our
Okay, well, keep looking. Your friend not here, right?
Yeah,
we'll keep looking.
We'll find him. We'll find him.
Okay, good for y'all. You'll find him. You'll find him.
Alright, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Bitch, you ugly. Take your lashes out. Take your makeup off. Like, you're not even pretty for real. No, bro. And you look like you got your lips on, too.
Instigator.
You instigator.
Okay, what is he?
Okay, so he really did say that quote. One thing about X I've noticed, people put quotes underneath just to get you to click on. And 8 times out of 10, that quote is not actually in the video. It's like a clickbait thing I've noticed a lot of people do. It's a bit annoying, but no, he actually did say it. And she's not bad looking. She's just got a strong looking jaw. Like, when I pull it back up on this woman's face, let's pull it back. It's just that face is just strong.
You'll find him.
Thank
Like,
you, bro. Thank you.
Bitch, you ugly. Take your lashes out. Take your makeup off. Like, you're not even pretty for real. You'll find him. Well, keep looking.
come on, let me get a...
It's on myself.
Just, her face is just strong. You know, she's not ugly. It's just a strong ass jaw. You know, like if I was in Thailand or something and I seen her, let me be respectful, seen her approach me, I'd be questioning a few things. Respectfully.
Why you stop right here?
It's just the jaw's quite hench.
It's a lot of, like, keep walking. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro.
Like, no, get the fuck out of here. Nobody want to see you. The fuck?
It's okay. We're just looking for our
Okay, well, keep looking. Your friend not here, right?
Yeah,
We'll keep looking.
We'll find him. We'll find him.
Okay, good for y'all. You'll find him. You'll find him.
Alright, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Bitch, you ugly. Take your lashes out. Take your makeup off. Like, you're not even pretty for real. No, bro. And you look like you got your lips on, too.
Instigator.
You instigator.
Okay, what is he?
What am I?
What is he?
Handsome young black man.
It's your
Oh, handsome young black.
What? Say it. Yeah.
No, I didn't say nothing.
That's fine too.
Why are you still here?
Listen, don't tread on eggshells. He's not going to attack you. He can't. You look like an idiot. She should have just carried on with what she was about to say. I'm not sure what she was going to say. Yeah, she probably would have gone in and said, no, you're not attractive or whatever. But, hey, she should have just carried on.
You entertain. That's what it is, huh?
It was fun too.
Keep marching. Keep marching.
This is America. This ain't Africa.
No, from him. From his chat.
Hey, and you, and, hey, don't, hey, and then if I slap the fuck out of you, I'm the wrong one, right? 'Cause I'm not gonna put my hands on her. With your little fat.
And listen, let me just make it clear to people that text-to-speech stuff is dangerous because once you have it on, anybody can basically, they have it set up to where if you send in $5 or whatever, what you've texted will get said out loud. So when you've got that on, people will text things so that prompt will say something And 8 times out of 10, what's coming out of it isn't pleasant. So somebody in the chat has watched this and said, you know what? Let me say something offensive to this black dude talking about this is America, not Africa. Stuff like that can be very dangerous. You know, this is the thing about IRLs and stuff. It's anything can happen at any moment. It's a very dangerous situation to be in. And the chat's potentially trying to get this dude attacked, you know? But again, so far, he's keeping his composure, which he should. Yeah, don't feed into any stereotypes or any stigmas that can lead to people which can lead, let me get my words out, which can lead to people going, see, look at how they behave. You know, kept it together so far.
Get your ass up out of here.
What's up, Twitch?
Alright, let's find chicken.
Yo,
Let's find chicken.
why he so mad? All coked up, bro.
What's your name?
Hey. Yeah, that guy's like, monkey. Africa's right, guys. Okay, sorry, don't get me canceled. No one.
Ooh, I spoke too soon. Oh, whoa, okay. Let me pull that back.
No one knows fucking record that. We're looking.
I spoke too soon. Maybe she was trying to instigate.
Monkey, Africa's right, guys. Okay, sorry, don't get me canceled. No one fucking record that.
Whoa.
Yeah, that guy's like, monkey, Africa's right, guys. Okay.
And there it is. So there's a possibility she did walk up and try and play the disingenuous diss of, I'm looking for chicken. And then when the black guy addressed it, she turned around and said, no, I'm looking for Chicken Andy. Maybe there was an ulterior motive in regarding to what happened here. Now, this is only a clip. Clips are taken out of context all the time. So make of what you've seen at your own will. But now that black dude is now justified to have his defense up. His defense mechanism that kicks in with a lot of black people due to hypersensitivity as well, but at the same time being messed with all the time, is now justified. Because why would she just aimlessly say something like that on stream? Kick, don't get me wrong. Kick, you're allowed to say whatever you want, and I love it. But look at what's just been said. So now it's just the case of, I would have given the benefit of the doubt. I can't really do that now. No, there's just so, your intent was to be offensive. And people do this. People on Kick want to be offensive to try and, get the chat going. They've realized if the more offensive I am, the more people are going to listen to me. But that was just... Yeah. People do exist. Let's see. I need to get back to playing Death Stranding, but it's boring. It's boring. The game is boring. I've got I tried to play one, but it's just so boring. It ain't like Metal Gear Solid. I need a Metal Gear Solid type game. I need playing flipping an Amazon delivery person. It's just boring. I've got to check all the weight I put a parcel on this calf and a parcel on the other calf, a parcel on this shoulder, a parcel on this, this arm, a parcel on that arm. It's too much. And apparently the second one, they streamlined it a bit better due to all the complaints. But how can I get to the second one when I'm struggling with the first one? Flipping annoying. Would you sign Lewis Hall or Ali Bald, or Ailbald? Probably Lewis Hall. British, isn't he? Is he? Whoa, how did Final Fantasy 13 look like that? Huh? 4K Ultra HD has been up-resed. Did the PC version. Flipping hell. We've got a game that's like, what, 15 years old now? But then again, graphics are at a standstill. Yeah, 15 years apart. But a lot of people say, well, look at the graphics back then. They were the same as now. There's only so much you can... There's only so much of a football you can detail. You know, when 3D games came out and they played those soccer games, it was like this blocky octagon type thing with sharp corners. Then they smoothed it out. Then they've now put stitching on the ball. Now the ball has got indentations. Now the ball has physics when you kick it, and you know, the ball curves around the foot a little bit before, you know, it gets released from the foot. But once you've designed this thing close to real life, you can't design it any further beyond real life. Like, what would you really do? This is a game that was like 15 years old, right? What more could you do to add detail to this? Like, there's nothing really much you can do. The only thing you can really do if you want to get closer to real life is the color palettes now. Because 3D gaming is at its peak now. There's no more evolutionizing graphics. You know, we're at the peak. Now it's all about making frame rates better, making sure it's a smooth experience all the way through, and making the color palettes more realistic. But then again, do people really want the color palettes more realistic? Because then it doesn't look like a game, you know? Like, this doesn't look like real life. Graphics-wise, it does, but you can tell real life isn't this colorful like that. It's just not. But at the same time, I still need games looking candy-colored just so I know the difference. Yeah, it's good to have a realistic game now and then. But outside of that, do I really want anything else? No. It says, Blueface had everyone shocked after swinging his son Superior upside down. The kid started crying and said his nose was bleeding, while Blueface and Nevia, am I saying that right, appeared not to take the situation seriously, leaving everyone watched stunned. Well, you've got degenerates raising kids, so I'm not surprised. You know, Blueface is a degenerate. He's a rich degenerate. So rich degenerate people are going to do degenerate things. They just so happen to be rich and famous. So, however, what I will say is every male child needs rough housing. So I've not ever picked up my nieces and nephews upside down and swung them like that, what I just seen then. But one thing is for sure, I damn sure have picked them up and dashed them on the couch playing with them. So all kids need rough housing. Maybe this just got a bit too serious if the kid's nose started bleeding. But again, anything what gets said in these X captions usually is clickbait.
Put him the fuck down, bro. Put him the fuck down.
Oh my God.
I don't want to hear him fucking cry. Get your kid. So I can put on a fucking shirt. Superior, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
Why are you crying?
Yeah, when the child's crying, it's not appropriate. You know, the first sign of letting that child go is the moment they start squealing in a way that just doesn't sound right. That is not roughhousing as far as I'm concerned. Roughhousing, you still got to be careful with the child, but you still got to give them tough love, you know? But understand the differences between the two. The child has still got to be laughing and being funny at the same time. They can make a bit of a, but you just turn around and, you know, boundaries, you know? You up the volume, yeah, and then reduce the volume. You've just got to pick and choose your moments.
Bro.
Your nose is not bleeding.
Not bleeding, you little girl. Oh, now it is.
Oh my God.
Look at the tissue.
Come here.
Oh my God.
But like I said, degenerates. These people are degenerative and they'll always will be degenerative. The women that will date Blueface, they know full well what they're going into. But I'd like to think they know what the full. I like to think they know full well what they're going into. You're going into a scenario where you're dating a man who has multiple children by multiple women. He doesn't care about these women. He just is, from what I can see, a father who is taking care of his responsibilities from what I can see from the outside looking in. So people can criticize him however you want and how dysfunctional the family setup is. But from what I can see, he's still around these children and he's still doing what he's supposed to do. It's just that sometimes, again, a lot of these men, just because they've got children doesn't necessarily mean they're grown mentally themselves. A lot of them are still kids, just big kids themselves, just they're kids raising kids, you know? And as I've got older, there's still a kid tendency in me, which you would have thought, okay, maybe I would have grown out of certain things, but I've not. And then I start thinking to myself, well, if I've still got kid tendencies, maybe my parents have still got them somewhat, you know? But it would explain certain things that were happening around me when I was a kid, watching certain things parents and people of that age did. But you know, it's a part of it's a part of roughhousing what he's done with his son there. But was it excessive? That's the real question.
Your nose is barely even bleeding. Stop crying. I don't feel bad for you. No, I don't. You're a boy, not a girl.
Shut your ugly ass up.
What the heck?
I've seen enough of that. But let's go. Let's see what Dean and AB are doing. That's that Vicky girl, isn't it? She's part of the staff. They're deaf. Somebody's definitely cracking this. Somebody. You can't just be around trying to look somewhat sexy and attractive and man are not trying to touch you up. She's part of the staff, so there's boundaries, but she's now trying to be more and more prominent amongst the group from what I've seen. Like, she's trying to be in the camera a little bit more. Little Argentinian. It's crazy, isn't it? Argentinians collectively don't like black people. They just don't. It's internationally known Argentinians don't like black people. But this one seems to spend a lot of time with black folks, you know. But then again, racism has always been based on the men. Women are not inherently racist. So I'm saying these things, but like, if all races of men, apart from Chinese men, disappeared, all the women on the planet would be happily dating Chinese men. Yeah, and then vice versa. If all the races of men disappeared off the planet and it was just black men left, all the women would be dating black men, and vice versa with whatever race. If it was just Indian men left, all the women would be dating Indian men. Racism is based on what a man imposes on the woman because it's the patriarchy we live in. So women are usually conditioned by men to don't go over there, stay away from that black guy, stay away from that Indian guy. You know, stay away from that Chinese guy, stay away from that white guy. And women just follow where, you know, in a lot of cases, what the man says. But when you give a woman an opportunity to pick who she wants, she's going to date whoever, really. So I'm not really shocked that this Argentinian woman wants to be around black men so much. At the same time, maybe she's not like from Argentina like that. Maybe she's lived in the States the majority of her life, or she's from the States, but her parents are Argentinian. Could be a variable. It could be a variable of things, but hey, you know, she's trying to get chose. Oh, what's going on? There's just no way. There is no way this girl who's part of the staff, not part of the show, or part of the staff, the production team, she's She's on the production team. She's not one of these floozies that they're messing in and out with. Well, from what I can see on the screen, there's no way man are not troubling this. Especially when they're trying to look a certain way around being around all these other women that are getting cracked. I'm sorry. You know what? Let me just get this off. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Twitch and YouTube, I'll probably get in trouble with them. That's the thing about Kick is Kick's cool. Kick's cool. Rumble's cool. YouTube and Twitch are like, nah. I'm not trying to get banned before we even started. We'll put that over there. Let's carry on with this evening's antics. Let's see. So China-based Bilibili launches global expansion to challenge YouTube as a leading video platform. The Chinese video giant is hiring internationally and expanding its reach to attract creators and viewers worldwide. Again, nothing against YouTube. I'm on the platform. I'm trying to get, at the moment, I'm not monetized because they knocked my monetization back due to, it was a few years ago, due to editing situation, apparently. And I've just never really bothered to try and fight to get my monetization back up until now, in the last recent couple of months. But I've always said we need competition. We need competition to rival YouTube, respectfully. And the reason why we need to have competition to rival YouTube is no one entity should be able to dictate how the mass of people, the mass of cultures and races and whatever think and feel. And then being able to dictate to say, you can be monetized, you can't, you can do this, you can't, because I've watched a lot of scenarios over the last couple, not even months, years or so. I'm watching certain YouTubers have the privilege to do certain things, but then if I do it, it's a problem. You know, take Osmond Gold, for example. He's the best example. He cannibalizes content. That's what he does. He cannibalizes content. And the only time you're really going to get his own content from him is if, say, he gets banned off Twitch for 2 weeks, and then he'll sit there, do a 10-minute video explaining why he's been banned. Outside of that, he literally just watches other people's content, and it's like, oh, like, don't get me wrong, he gives quality input, but he also, after time, is like, this is amazing, this is great, wow. Like, there was a video the other day, I might even just put it on in a sec as an example, where he's just watching like this gameplay video, and he's just, this is amazing, folks. Wow, this is great. It's like a 15-minute long video, and he's got like 300K views on it. And it was up for like 2 hours at the time, I think. And all he's doing is, wow, this, whoa, wow. Now, YouTube demonetizes people for this, or won't even monetize you for stuff like that, because they'll turn around and say there's no real edits being done. You know, it's like, you're going to tell other people they can't do it, but the dude that's in an attic sat there with long hair and just, you know, he gets to do it, but everyone else can't. Like, what is that? So I personally believe there needs to be way more platforms being allowed to, well, basically to compete with YouTube and all these other things, because we can't have one entity just dictate to people who can make money, who can't. And then, worst of all, they don't even give people a genuine explanation. So they'll turn around and give you this blanket statement why you've been demonetized, or they'll turn around and say it's due to, oh, let me give an example, like unauthentic content. And sometimes they could be wrong. AI will trip up and and banned the wrong person. I got banned, but 3 hours later I got reinstated once I obviously appealed because they got it wrong with me. But a lot of the time they're just saying blanket statements, not explaining, but then there's a person who's doing the same thing and they're not demonetized or banned. So we need as many multiple platforms as possible. Thank God Rumble and X and all of these things are now here, but we don't have an equivalent real alternative to YouTube just yet. Rumble's on the way, but it's still a slow burner. The problem with Rumble is as soon as you click on Rumble, the first screen is just full of politics and what Donald Trump has done, and Donald Trump and Trumping and the Donald Trump family and just Trump and, American government and Trump and Trumpity Trump. That's all you see on their flipping front page. And it's like, are you guys stupid? Yeah? Put more quality of life on the front page. Put people doing multiple different things. People doing IRLs. People, the kids doing the TikTok shit. Just switch it up. Do something a little bit more. But you make it so political to where people that are non-political will go on the website and go, nah, this is not for me. It's just bare spokespeople and, Fox News and MSNBC and Donald Trump. Like, they need to fix that. I get it, you're trying to cater to an audience because that audience has gone over there and, they've basically upraised the platform for what it is. So I get it, you don't want to alienate them. But I'm not saying alienate them. Just have more things on the front page that are more versatile. That's it. But they're struggling with just that simple concept. But there's probably more involved with it than me just saying they're struggling with it. However, this Billy, don't know what it is. We all know how the westernized governments work. China is going to be using this as some form of secret infiltration to get your data. That's the usual BS our governments come out just to make sure certain things don't become popular that Chinese create. They did the same crap with TikTok. They said that rubbish just so they had an excuse to take it out of Chinese hands and put it in westernized hands. And it worked. People bought that crap. But I know when these things get said, it's not China's coming to take over or we believe they're using it as government intel. No. You're just scared that these alternative platforms are going to challenge your westernized platforms, and then you're not going to be able to dictate a narrative when you can't control the narrative because people are going elsewhere. If you're trying to suppress certain conversations in YouTube, you're not going to be able to suppress certain conversations on this Billy. Why? Because you don't control it. So because you don't control it, certain things about you that are being said in the West, you can't stop it from being exposed. So it's all about, all of these suppression tactics are not necessarily because some white person said something racist or because some black person said something bigoted or anything like that, or because a Chinese person. They're not worried about people being racist. It's never been about racism. It's more about the more you give people freedom to say whatever they want, the more it's going to lead to people going into things beyond just the verbal conversation of bigotry and racism or whatever. But it's then going to start going on to what the government's up to. And then when people start talking about what the government's up to, it then leads to people talking about information that the government didn't really want out. So if the government's planning to say, go to war, and then they're going to make the taxpayer pay for going to infiltrate a country on BS, rubbish, what they're trying to find, the government's trying to find justification to go over and, attack another country. They don't want people on these platforms saying, look, America's planning on attacking this place in the next couple of days. It's complete rubbish. Why they're going to attack? And then what that does is it makes the general public start looking at the government saying, why are you going to go over there and do that? Which then stops the government's plans in what they want to do. So this is why they don't really want free speech like that. It's not about the little small arguments that people have in today's day. And oh my God, what you've said is hate speech and all of this stuff. No. It leads to people questioning the government's decisions. And then the government feels like it can't operate the way it usually does if people can speak openly about what the government's doing. So it's more to do with that. But nevertheless, we need alternatives. We can't be dependent on just one platform. It's silly. At any moment, you can be demonetized. At any moment, you know, you can have your channel banned, and you're dependent on an appeal process that it can go either way. You know, you can have genuine reason as to why you shouldn't have been banned. Like me, it was stupid. They said I had unauthentic content. When the hell has my content ever been unauthentic? It's me talking. How does, but they tried that. I appealed. I said, my content has been my own from day one. You know, I gave up the whole content writing thing. This is like my first video where I've watched the video and spoke on it in years. I don't do it anymore because that was the original reason why they wouldn't monetize me. They turned around and said, you're basically, I don't know, I can't remember the term. You know what? I'll get it up. Fuck it. I'll get it up and I'll show you. Right? Right? So let me see. Here it goes to earn, right? Oh no, I'm on the wrong one. Damn. Wrong account. Right, okay, so look. No, earn. Right. So as you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see it very well. It says your channel remains ineligible. I can't say this damn word. Ineligible for monetization. And it says, the reason, reused content. Content is not clearly an original creation of this channel and may have been repurposed from another source without adding significant original commentary, substantive modifications, or educational or entertainment value. Right, so at the time, okay, I get it. Because what I was doing, you didn't see my face, it'd be just a screen like this, yeah? Just like this. This was the whole full screen, all over. Not me here, not in the corner, not with the live kick thing. It would just be all over and just me stopping, pausing, talking. And people loved it. So if I'm getting all these ratings and views, I'm going to carry on. I'm thinking people are loving what I'm saying. I can break down any video. Great. And I just did it. Hit the 4,000 hours watch criteria in like a month. Came to monetization, they'd turn around and tell me that. So, because it was so vague at the time, I was like, more edits. What does that mean? I should have been smart enough at the time to think, oh, I'm an editor. You know, I studied this in university. Why don't I just do what I'm doing now? But at the time, because it was so vague, and I did an appeal video to show them, like, I've done editing videos. They responded back saying it's still not good enough. So to me, it was just like, where do I go with this? So then I just said, you know what, let's scrap content writing completely, because that's what it is. You're content writing. Say this video, for example, I was going to watch in a bit. Playing it, stopping talking. It's content writing. You're cannibalizing content. There's no two ways around it. That's what you're doing, right? But me, I've looked at it as, well, you've got Osman Golds, you've got that mediocre tutorial guy, you've got, what's that guy called? I forgot his name. But you've got Hassan Abi, and is it YTK or XQC? XQC, you've got him. All these guys doing it. They'll live stream, they'll chop up the video, they'll go and then go put the videos in 10-minute segments, all 100+K on the videos, adverts all over the videos, but YouTube wants to have a problem with me. So what is it? What is actually editing? Is it, do you want my face in it? Because I've done that now. I've got the background with the like luminous light, as you can see at the top. I've got everything planned out. I've got my banner at the bottom. Is this what you mean by editing? You know, but it's so vague with what they ask for. So to me, it's like I said to myself, no, I'm just going to do my own content to be safe. But doing it this way, doing your own content constantly, you're not necessarily going to get the views you want. Yeah? If you address something or you do a video on something extremely controversial or a topic of the moment, you're going to get the views. But things are not happening every single day. You know, when you get like a really big story, there's not a big story every day unless you're in politics. You're a politics YouTuber and you're basically just regurgitating. Somebody's mentioned something in politics and you want to do a 10-minute video on just a tweet. Like I see a lot of people doing that type of spam. Outside of that, there's not really many things that are controversial going on every single day. You get like a hot topic. I shouldn't say controversial, but a hot topic. You get like a hot topic every, maybe 3 to 4 days. And then, you know, you've got to make sure you've got the video out pretty much in the same day for it to gain traction. Kind of like the Candace Owen, Andrew Wilson thing. I was able to watch that and I was able to get 2 videos out. So I got fairly decent numbers compared to my subscriber count. I got the fair numbers, but how many more of those are you getting every day? You're not really getting them. And a lot of the people that have hot topics, they keep talking about the same topic for like 3 or 4 days. You know, like, for example, I think he's called Flacco. He does that Nolan Wells. Apparently that black kid that allegedly has been murdered on some trip with a bunch of his friends. Like, he's constantly talking about that. And if somebody of substance or like a public figure mentions something on it, he'll do a whole 10, 15 minute video of this person speaking about it and, you know, a bit of spam. And then he'll have the caption with the person's face, like he's modified it with a crime face saying, he is done, or this is over, or this is over. Like, they do that clickbait rubbish. Like, these tactics can be done, but at the same time, I was like, no, I really want to do quality content, quality over quantity. And I really tried and attempted to do the quality content. I got in touch with somebody who was a writer, taught me how to write down scripts. I did a few videos on doing these things properly. Like I did a conversation on, I believe it was Ari Spears versus DJ Vlad at the time. I did one on clavicular. I did one on, called Drewski. But those videos were taking me like, 2 weeks to make? Like, we're talking, I had to write the script out. Then I had to get all the B-roll footage. So as I'm talking, you've got imagery explaining what I'm talking about, because this helps the viewer engage. And then when I've got all the B-roll footage down, like the script will take me like a day and a half, maybe 2 days to write out. And then I have to proofread it. So it might even take 2 or 3 days. Then I've got to go and get the B-roll footage, which is going to take me a day or 2 days. Bear in mind, I can't just sit on the computer all day. I've got my own life to sort out, gym, business, all of this stuff. So you got to find time throughout that, as well as you're tired, so it's difficult. Then, once you've got your B-roll footage, you've got your scripts, then you've got to sit there and record it. You know, look directly at the screen, you know what I mean? Which I struggle with, because I'm looking at my face, and if I'm looking at my face and watching my lips move, it messes with me psychologically. You know, so the best thing I can do is look away. It's easier to talk when I'm not looking at myself. And, you know, and then that's going to take another day or whatnot, because a day or 2, because sometimes I mess up my words. Before I know it, I'm going into like a week and a half and this video's still not done. Then I've got to go through the whole editing phase. Yes, there's certain things on like DaVinci Resolve that make it easier now to edit, because it's got this thing where it automatically takes out the blank spots and you just got to go and just tighten up things. But it can take 2 weeks to do a proper presented video like that. And in 2 weeks, the topic can be old, especially for something that's hot for like 24 to 48 hours. I don't have a team with me that's going to be able to make these videos in the same day. Like I'm a level 1 creator. I'm not a level 2 creator or a level 3 creator who, like, a level 2 creator is a person like me that has a team. And then a level 3 creator is a person that's got like a business behind them, like the Daily Wire or Zeteo, like a media company, which has got like 100 plus employees, so they can smack out quality videos in the space of a day because they've got so many people working on them. And then you've got people that have got like me, like a person like me and a team together. They're level 2. Me, I'm doing it all on my own. I'm a level 1 creator. Maybe in the future I can get a team. So it's all about doing all of that. And then me trying to do all those quality type videos just because I'm trying my utmost hardest not to content ride while I'm watching everyone else content ride. Everyone else is just sat by watching videos going, ooh, and I know they're monetized because when I click on a video, an advert starts straight away. And it's like, why are they allowed to do it? But I'm not. But it won't be just me, it'll be others as well. There'll be others in the same scenario. And it's now I'm trying to think to myself, okay, let me take what you're saying seriously. You want edits from me? Cool, I'll edit it. Because right now, YouTube has decided to double the watch hours next year, February is when it starts, okay? So right now it's 4,000 hours. I'm like 1,300 and something from 4,000. If I don't meet that criteria by February next year, it goes up to 8,000. And then not only does it go to 8,000, there's a possibility my 1,300 watch hours that I've currently got now may even restart. I don't know how it works. If it's based on just the 1st of January to the 30th or 31st of December, whatever it is, does it just restart at that moment? So I could lose my watch hours and have to start again, but double the amount. And unfortunately, making videos just out and out each time, I've only got like 1K and a bit subscribers. I'm not going to realistically be able to hit. So I'm going to have to content ride. I'm not trying to make an excuse to do it. I'm just trying to be all the way authentic with you. I was doing it at the beginning, got mad numbers. YouTube got upset, but at the same time, I've been making my own content anyway. So part of me is thinking, I'll do both. Because until YouTube want to be consistent and ban it for everybody, why am I not doing it? Why am I not? So, where is it? So, yeah, I'm gonna try. Well, I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna blend both. So when it comes to YouTube review, they can't just turn around and say, "Oh, this is what you do." No. I've got my edits now, and in the meantime, we do need alternative platforms. We need as many as possible. I want to be able to be putting my stuff everywhere and have multiple forms of income. Yeah, no one entity should be able to have a product and they're the only person that's selling that product to the public. Because what usually happens is that one entity gets greedy and then starts to extort people for that product. Yeah, the price on that product usually only comes down when another platform or entity gets hold of that product and then starts selling it you for a cheaper price, which then forces the initial person who had the product to then reduce their prices to now compete. Competition will always be healthy for the consumer. Yeah, always. No one entity should be able to just hold power over a very important product that everybody wants to use. So I don't know this Billy, but don't be surprised if you hear the government come out with rubbish, turning around saying, we believe Billy is some secret. The same thing they said about TikTok. We believe it's using government intel on to watch people throughout the Western Hemisphere. You know, the same rubbish that they said about TikTok to justify taking TikTok out of Chinese hands and putting it in Westernized hands. They'll probably say the same thing about Billy. Why not? Why is why is Billy going to be any different to TikTok? It's going to be a social media platform. You know, how many times is our government going to keep using that excuse to justify stopping Chinese people from having anything in the West? They banned Huawei. oh, we believe it's Huawei is going to be used as some thing to infiltrate the westernized public. No, you were just worried that their 5G infrastructure was going to be implemented before the westernized 5G infrastructure was going to be implemented. And once Chinese people got theirs in first and sold it to everybody for a ridiculously cheap price, you guys wouldn't have been able to sell your 5G to anybody because everybody would be on the Chinese one because it would have been way cheaper. You know, when it comes to their electronic vehicles, people that are paying Elon Musk with his, I forgot the term of his electronic car. Chinese have got these electronic cars for way cheaper. But our westernized governments don't want their cars over here because they know Elon Musk's one, Tesla, that's it, isn't going to be bought anymore if we allow the Chinese to bring their electric cars over here because we're just going to be buying the cheaper version. They don't want these certain Chinese products over here because people are just not going to use the westernized version when the Chinese version is way cheaper and in a lot of cases better run. Some people say, oh, when it's Chinese, it's cheap and, you know, mass made and rushed. Not all the time. Not all the time. There's some things that they just make and they're just good. But anyway, that was a long rant. Like and subscribe. Put your comments in the description box and I'll see you on the next one. Description box. Let me just say that properly. Put your comments in the comments section. Put your comments in the comment section and I'll see you on the next one. This is the problem with doing things live. You see all the mistakes, all the things that get cut out. You see all the mistakes. All the things you say wrong and I have to re-say them. You know. Anyway, let's see what people are saying anyway. Nobody even mentions how bad the censorship is truly beyond me. Sorry, nobody even mentions how bad the censorship is. I'm assuming he meant to say it's. And this is what happens when people say sentences wrong. It throws me off. It's truly beyond me. No, it will never be a true YouTube rivalry. Ah, yeah, true say. I should have mentioned that. Like China is, like you can't start talking about the Chinese government on it. However, everything else should be free reign. But, you know, like YouTube was the same way at one point. You couldn't speak about the Jewish community on YouTube. No. They'd take that right down. Demonetization, banned. That's how YouTube was at one point. But now alternative platforms are allowing people to have honest conversations regarding that community, just like any other community. YouTube's now become more relaxed because they've realized we're going to draw traffic away from us if we don't allow these conversations to be had. Don't get me wrong. You start being disrespectful regarding comments about the Jewish community, straight demonetization. Kind of like what happened to that Myron Gaines. He's getting mad numbers, but he doesn't earn from any of it on YouTube because they're like, okay, cool. We're going to stop banning people for saying this, but if you want to be disrespectful, say it. You're just not going to be earning money from it. And that's the consequences of being disrespectful. There's no need to be disrespectful to races of people. Black, white, Chinese, Indian, Pakistani, whatever. Don't get me wrong. I throw China jokes and black man jokes and whatever because I culturally grew up around a lot of these people. And I said that in my own personal lives. But there's no need to be derogatory with it. You want to crack a quick little China joke or a Jew joke, if you're confident with it, go ahead and do it. You know, YouTube may not tolerate that or whatever, but being derogatory is unnecessary, you know. Billy, I just might download Billy's if it's already out. Let's look. Let's just curious. Let's just look. Billy. Billy. Let's just click on the thing. Let's just see. Look, I'm not going to use this. I'm talking about it, but look, it's all in Chinese. You wanna appease to British people, you gotta at least have some form of automatic translation. Look, it's got Mr. Beast on it. Let me play. Let me see if it sounds like
Everybody take off your blindfolds. Whichever one of you leaves this mansion last keeps it.
Okay, so it's in English, all right? And it's got the subtitles. So if I signed up to this, first I got to turn the translation. Now let's translate to English. Translate to English? No? I want to translate to English. Translate to English. English. He's not even doing it. That is. Ah, there we go. It's translated to English. So, okay, so it is possible. So I could literally have this as an additional thingy. Content space and just add my stuff in there. But I don't know. Maybe if I did it, I'd be ahead of the curve. Because if this becomes really, really popular, the last thing you want to do is jump on late. But it's what I'd be doing is I'd be just making content for a Chinese audience. And let's be real, Chinese people ain't really too keen on black people like that. They ain't. I've had like one Chinese friend and he owned the local takeaway. He's retired now. I miss him. But even him, he cracked all type of black jokes at me and I cracked all type of Chinaman jokes at him. But we were cool, you know. He's like, just stay away from my daughter. Stay away from my daughter. Yo, I miss him. But I wouldn't be popular on this show because, you know, like Chinese people, they love white people more. If there's any other race that they love outside of themselves is white people. Yeah, the Japan. Well, then again, is that the Chinese? I think that's more Japanese. Them Japanese women love them some white man, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's cool. They don't bother me. I ain't trying to check for Japanese women like that. It don't bother me. But just saying, like an audience of Chinese or East Asian people, I should say, who've never really been keen on black people to begin with. What would my content do for them? Unless somebody's curious. Ooh, blacker man talker. Let's see what blacker man say. You know, see, there's my bigotry. There's my playful bigotry. You know, I like to make jokes on the odd occasion. I'm trying to clean it up though, you know, because I'm not an authentic comedian. I'm not an out-and-out comedian. I'm just a person who, normally, bit bipolar, you know. I've got 2 different channels. This one's should be quite calm in a lot of situations. The other one, 50 Shades of Grey, where I'm sporadic, just commenting. Recently, it's flipped a bit. I'm a bit sporadic on this channel and then calm on that one. But, you know, anyway, subscribe to 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. And this channel as well. But anyway, Billy. Yeah, it's one of those. YouTube is around for decades, so I doubt the Chinese version will be taken serious. But the thing about YouTube is it's becoming more and more creators. Now that AI is here and it's made it easier to create content, you're getting more and more creators, meaning the funds are being spread out more and more. And as much as normal creators who have been on the platform for years are upset with that, it's not just the creators that are upset with that. It'll be YouTube themselves because what they're earning, they're going to have to give out more. So they're getting more and more strict due to AI. But again, my view is you need to be on everything that you can possibly be on. Derek King went off on Deshae Frost for not wanting to collab with the group despite always being quick to make things work for events like Kai Cenat Streaming University. This is why Capaholics didn't work. Also, these group of guys split up.
You want to go? They going to cover your travel, hotel, and all the little bullshit.
I get paid?
Nah, nigga, you streaming it.
Hell no.
Nigga, did you get paid for Aiden shit?
No, but it was just I was just there because I had an extra day. That's why.
So you don't want to go because you're not getting paid. Yeah, nigga, everybody gonna go.
In LA?
Nigga, why would it be in LA? This is chat. Y'all hear this firsthand of why this shit don't work. What are you saying?
I think what's happening here is like you've got certain people in your group that are opportunists. They're looking at working with the people that they're in a group with and thinking, nah, there's not really money in that. But there probably is, but there's not the level of money that is wanted versus, ooh, a Kai Cenat, ooh, an Aiden, ooh, an IShowSpeed, ooh, I'll jump to that. Hey, I'll do that for free because of the audience that they bring versus him collabing with his friend. He's probably just like generic numbers, you know, the money that I've got. Yeah, it's great, but I want more. And this is why certain things don't work amongst your peers. Me personally, I say this now, but who knows? I'm not in their position. I would like to think that I'd just be collabing with my own people and then make what I've done great to where it's somewhat on a level. My aim is to make it on the same level as a Kai Cenat and a IShowSpeed and a Aiden Ross. So not only am I trying to, let me get my words out. So it's not only a situation where I'm trying to be around them or get an opportunity to stream with them. It will be a situation where if I've built myself up and my team up so much, those guys will be noticing me and trying to want to get in touch with me. So it's two-way traffic rather than just one-way traffic, you know? That's what I would be aiming for. I'd be trying to collab with my team unless it was a thing where I secretly didn't like these people that I work with. Then really I should be trying to cut off from them or cut away. But if they're your team, you should be trying to collab with your team first before all else.
I mean, bro, I have to move into my spot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you got to move into your spot. Okay, all right. So you don't want to do it.
I mean, yeah, I move in on the 27th.
This is prime example, chat. All right, All right. Prime example. This nigga said, "Am I getting paid?" Nigga, did you get paid for fucking Aiden shit? What the fuck is wrong with niggas? Did you get paid for streamer prom? What the fuck? Did you get paid for Kai shit? Oh yeah, you're right. That's over with. That shit don't make sense. And this be chat, and y'all see prime example of why shit don't be working out. Simple. Y'all just see this. This nigga said, "Am I getting paid?" Over a situation where nigga said he gonna comp your shit. All you gotta do is stream it.
And another thing as well, all of this stuff now in today's days being aired out in the open. So he's having a conversation about something live on stream because, again, he wants his viewers to see it because this guy, Derek King, it's all content. It's all people watching, clipping, exposure out there. So because of all this additional exposure where this conversation should have been private, as far as I'm concerned, we need to have it in the open because we're all trying to gain further clout than what we already have. We all want people to see it because it's going to create momentum. Where this conversation, as far as I'm concerned, shouldn't have been out in the public. You've just kind of not humiliated the guy that was on the phone, but you've just kind of exposed to the general public that this guy don't even want to work with his own team. And maybe that was your aim. Maybe that was this guy, Derek King, I think I'm saying his name right. Maybe that was what he wanted to do. Maybe he just wanted to show people in my team are full of crap. And maybe this is why we need to part ways. But me personally, that should have been a private conversation to say, listen, you know, I'm saying things at a generation who, these guys are like, what, 20, 21? I don't know how what the age is, but they're Gen Z. And I try my best to not just assume that they're going to just get it right because even at that young age at 21, I probably wouldn't have got it right. But there's a lack of professionalism And management, they need proper management that are not trying to hustle them, trying to just be around just to gain something from them, but actually make them grow. And basically tell these guys, listen, we need to sort this out. If we're going to be a team, we need to do it properly. We can't just be having a team, but we're all doing our own individual thing. You know, like this Capaholics thing, I believe DDG is the face of it. And if he's the face of it, then what are you guys? You know, and then what that can potentially lead to is jealousy. People be like, oh, well, this guy's in the team and nobody even knows me. This person doesn't know me, that person doesn't know me. But we go to places and people only want to talk to one individual. You've got to bring everybody up, and it's not going to help, especially if you've got people in your team that's like, nah, I'm not going unless I'm being paid. But when Aiden Ross come calling, you were prepared to do that for free. That looks bad. And now you've got your team member exposing you for it. That looks really, really bad.
Huh? This could be a situation where we all go to Florida. Comped. You don't gotta pay for it. You gotta pay for shit. It don't matter, Deshae. How does that matter? It don't matter, Deshae. It's a fight where we all gonna go to Florida. Y'all niggas just went to Florida for nothing. No, we're not pinning that either. Cause he's gonna say, I don't know them niggas. It don't matter, gang. You know the niggas that's going. You know the niggas that's going. We all gonna go. And that's why I wanted to do this shit on stream. So y'all can see. So y'all can literally clearly see. This is why shit don't work.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. He was trying to prove a point, and his point was proven. Yeah, you need to go your separate ways. You do. That's not a team. It's not. But Dean turned into security, HR, and the legal team in 5 seconds flat. Bro caught her at the gate before the boat even moved. What are they talking about?
Look, are we docking up or something?
Why are y'all pushing my girl?
Hey, there's a girl on there that we can't be on there with though. That's trying to sue. She trying to sue AV.
Oh shit.
Who? Which one? Put her on the blonde, the black and blonde hair. Shit. The black with skinny.
I remember that girl. I remember I did a segment on her. If it's the tall girl. Hey, you can't have fun today. No. You trying to sue one of the partners.
One right there. The one that looks like lemur.
We have to.
What is it? The one that looks like a lemur. I can see it now. I can see it. Mama said the one that looks like a lemur. Damn. Chat, I know I ain't got a picture of this girl up now, but I know exactly what he's talking about.
No, deadass.
Yo, let's go.
Eric,
She already knew.
Triangle.
Look, are we docking up?
Just messed up that girl's plans, but at the same time, she has put a legal case on Adrian Broner. And I've always said these women, you want to be around a guy you don't even like because he's got the clout, and you want to be in the thick of things. And then when this guy actually uses and abuses you, you now want to complain when really you shouldn't have been anywhere near him because, like, no disrespect to Adrian Broner, but he's a fat blob at the moment. What the hell do you don't have no interest in him. You're just interested in the money. So I'm not saying women should be abused or anything like that. I'm not trying to. That's not my fight in any way, shape, or form. What I will say is there's women that are opportunistic, and we all know they're opportunistic. So what those women try to do is exploit these men legally through potentially gaining money off them or potentially getting pregnant by them and then putting them on child support. These are legal exploitations. They don't like these guys, but they're trying to get something out of them. And vice versa, these men are trying to legally exploit these women. Some guys are doing it illegally, which is unfortunate and disgusting, but there's some men out there that just want to illegally exploit these women. You want to be on this yacht? You want to be around the cameras and all the you know, fanfare and confetti? Okay, cool, but you need to come sleep with me. That's how they're looking at it as. And if you ain't trying to sleep with me, get off the boat. And they're giving women ultimatums like that, which people can be perceived of. That's wrong, that's out of line. But technically, they're not forcing themselves on these women. It's why they're looking at it as, why are you going to take up a slot here on this boat when I can get a girl on here that's going to sleep with me? What, you just want to be here for the theatrics? Get the hell off the boat. So you might not like that. You might look at it as immoral. You might look at it as these guys are creeps or whatever, but they can legally do that. You don't have to be there if you ain't trying to appease the demands of these guys. And Adrian is that type of guy where he's like, I'm not trying to be around this woman if she's not trying to sleep with me. So what that leads to is women potentially using that opportunity to then sue him. Now, I'm not trying to say Adrian Broner's a saint all the way through. He's done things where he's thrown water on women, grabbed them up. He's done certain things which there might be a conversation to, you know, potentially have some form of legal conversation regarding him. However, at the same time, there are opportunistic women who are trying to get at him, trying to see if they can get a quick buck out of it. And when you try and do those things, you can't then go and try and do those things on somebody that's a public figure like that, then expect to go on, have these opportunities on yachts and be in the same places as they are. They're going to be like, no. Like Dean just noticed this girl and was like, no, she can't be on here. Get her off. She now has to go get a taxi on the way home. Think about what you've done, because that's going to happen more and more, especially if you're in the locations where these guys are at. You can't be in the theatrics now. Yeah, you've made some legal litigation against these guys. Now, if the I might be saying it wrong, but if the litigation is legitimate, fine, go ahead with it. But if you were just trying to be an opportunist who was just trying to get a quick bit of money because AB mashed and dashed you, well, this is the consequences of your poor decisions. It is what it is. But anyway, like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. See you on the next one. It says, hopefully we get another Friday going. Chris Tucker recently surprised the crowd at his show in Stockbridge, Georgia, by bringing out Mike Epps, and Chris Tucker told the crowd, y'all are seeing history tonight, Smokey and Day Day.
We love you, Smokey, man. You inspired me to do comedy, brother. When I seen you on...
Whoa, that's a bit loud. Where the hell's my remote?
We love you, Smokey, man. You inspired me to do comedy, brother. When I seen you on Def Comedy Jam, I said, this is what I want to do. Y'all give it up for Chris Tucker, man.
Give it up for
Always giving back. I love you, Chris Tucker, man. Thank you, man.
Wait a minute. This is one of the brothers who make me laugh. Real, natural, raw talent, naturally funny. And he just came down here. I said, Mike, and Mike get paid real big money to do it, stuff like this. He came down here for free. I didn't pay for nothing. He said, man, I'm coming. I said, what about the hotel?
I thought I was getting paid. Wait a minute, man. What the hell's going on?
they get more powerful. And I'm beyond fatigued by the demoralization and dehumanization going on. The bullets are only coming from one side. Note, Diligent got an attorney. These people probably all need to get a fucking attorney. Okay. Vodka and Sprite it is. These people probably all need to get a fucking attorney because I have a feeling that TPUSA is going to end up going on the fucking warpath against all of these fucking people. And you know what's really funny? People shrug that stuff off until they're in the other end of a fucking lawsuit, and then it's not very much fun when the Alex Jones stuff starts because you did something fucking horrible and you have to pay the piper for it. I would, all these people should probably lawyer up, honestly.
Muted for how long? Oh, that one off. I've been loyal. Keep putting on while I said all that. It wasn't anything of. Why people think you can't play games and participate in the PS blackout? Do both. This is what real ownership looks like. Still not going to bring physical media back anyway. Actually, can't believe Costa at this. You know what they're going to do with these robots? They're gonna, these robots, they're gonna send them out to war soon. Yeah, they're not gonna use humans for war. They're gonna send these out. It's just gonna be a bunch of Terminators just getting about grassland, firing at soldiers and stuff. That's what's gonna happen. And China, if China ever goes to war, there's gonna be a huge influx of these robots with just machine guns, and they'll be able to just detect anything that's flying in the air, any drones, they just lock onto it, pop up, take it out. They're not going to deal with the whole human response and lack of reaction time and whatever. They're just going to be assertive. They're going to be able to assess any type of movement and just just lock onto it and shoot. Like, why? Them China people there, strong. Resist the fight last night. I think Larry Wheels pulled the muscle, didn't he? Spun him round. Garnacho came on and did all this within 5 minutes. All ain't ready for him this season. He left alone. Need to watch out what I look at, folks. Sylvester Stallone is 80 years old, yet look at how he's performing in action movies. Or in an action movie. I hate when people get sentences wrong, man. It throws me off. Spelling wrong. Oh, sorry, pronunciation wrong. Can you jump like this at that age? As long as it ain't AI, I respect it. You can't really trust anything these days. What's this, like Expendables 5 or something? Okay, Andrew Wilson and Dan Bilzerian are going at it. Okay, let's learn something on bullets. Andrew Wilson, he's getting flack apparently for saying the bullet could have potentially separated the one that shot Charlie Kirk. The effect of when you see that horrendous video of Charlie Kirk getting shot and it hitting his neck. Certain comments are being said in that title, so I'm not reading it. He's writing, can a bullet fall apart in flight? I think this is some chat GPT or something. It says, yes, a bullet can fall apart, disintegrate or break up in flight, but it is uncommon with properly matched quality ammunition. Standard bullets are designed to remain intact throughout their trajectory. They withstand the high acceleration in the barrel, the intense spin from rifling, often hundreds of thousands of RPM, aerodynamic forces, and drag without coming apart. When mid-air breakup does occur, it is nearly always due to the bullet's structural limits being exceeded. Now, I know absolutely nothing about bullets. I know nothing. I live in a country where guns are illegal here, so apparently that was in response to Dan Bilzerian saying, bullets literally never just break apart in midair, you effing, as you can see what it says. Trying to clean up my language, folks, I really am. And then he's asked, hey Grok, what are the odds of a 30 to 60, 150 grain core Lockheed bullet fired out a Morser with a 1 in 8 twist barrel would come apart in the air? Technicalities in gun logic, but Dan Bilzerian is a gunman. He loves going to the shooting range and whatnot. Andrew Wilson has put, Grok, what does Dan's actual claim, and does it seem he is moving the goalpost here? Similar to what you always do, Mr. Wilson. Pot calling the kettle black. So it says, Dan's actual claim, bullets literally never just break apart in midair. He later asked specifically about a 150, a 150 GR core Lockheed 30-06 from a 110 Morser, and in brackets it says near zero odds. That narrows the absolute never to one robust hunting load designed to stay intact. Yes, it looks like moving the goalposts. Is this common when somebody is losing an argument? Yes, shifting from a broad absolute claim to a narrow specific case that favors the original position is a frequent tactic. One of the general assertion faces pushback. It preserves the appearance of consistency without narrowing the scope. Okay. Okay. I don't have a clue of what I've just read. I don't have a clue. I don't even have a comment on it because I don't even know. Japanese Idol concert in Kenya. Hey, just folks having fun. I don't know, these guys are just always around the same they're always around the same archetype of woman. Every woman that they're around just looks exactly like that. It's like a conveyor belt of the same woman. Light-skinned girl with the hair slicked back with these curly things here. Every single flipping time. It's just boring to look at. Yeah, have some dark skinned black women, have some white women. These men just have the same archetype, and if that's their type, that's their preference. Fair enough, do it. It's fucking annoying. It's just making them women kind of like, I know it sounds weird for me to say, but it's making them like that type of woman undesirable to me because they're just constantly showing that same fucking archetype. But hey, go off. It's their preference. I love seeing a variety of women. I really do. X is dodgy. What the hell? New COD beta is terrible. What the F? Beta. Oh, it's a work in progress. What do you expect? Newcastle United would demand a world record fee above 68 million to consider selling Lewis Hall to Manchester United. Hall is United's preferred left-back target, although Newcastle have no desire to let him leave. There's a thing I want to watch regarding that guy, the alleged, the black guy that did when he tried to secretly meet up with an underage girl. There's a documentary on YouTube, but it's heavily age restricted, and I don't know if I should watch it. Honestly, do not know. I do not know. A 2010 type beat, boy bands dancing, and I'm sorry, that's not good enough. If you're gonna dance, you need to have the standard of, I wouldn't even say B2K, I'd say the Korean guys, all that K-pop stuff, this is sloppy. Because B2K set the standard, they were body popping and spinning and making sure everything was tight, not this loose. It's not good enough. Deep down, yous are not real dancers. Yous are just took the typical little tiny dance moves that are the easy ones because yous are not authentic dancers to try and look like a boy band. You've got to actually be authentic dancers. B2K were authentic dancers. It's like they were dancers first before they were singers. And then you've got K-pop that's took it. When you think you guys can revitalize that era, four black dudes dancing, and he's not even doing it to the standard of what was perceived then. No. Like, I'll show you the standard. Let me show you the standard. Let me show you the standard. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Let's show it. I'm not going to play the music. Let's just. Let me just show you the standard quickly. Hurry up. Going on. Okay. Oh, because I can't hear the music to where to put it. Where to? Okay, so let's just look at the movements. That's what I mean. The sharp movements. Like you can't. This is what you're going up against. Watch this. You know, this is what I'm saying. The K-pop guys took from these guys. All that K-pop shit you see with them Koreans is these guys that they're copying. Look at the slick movements. You're not going to be able to beat. Well, you have to do it to that standard. And it's got to look suave. You can't just be loose jumping and loose and loose. It's not. Maybe Gen Z will accept it, but I'm just saying the standard is pretty low. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like and subscribe. I need to leave this guy alone. How many times does this guy get swatted? Oh. That keloid. Damn. What's that say? JBS, the world's biggest meat producer, in which BlackRock has a 334 million stake. This isn't just a foreign company shipping meat into America. JBS has massive US-based production. In 2005, its North American beef division generated $28.1 billion, while its US pork division generated another $8.4 billion. JBS also owns about 82% of Pilgrim's Pride, one of America's dominant chicken producers. Stop eating this. Look at what they're doing. Stop giving your children candy that comes from these same places. That is rather disgusting. However, one thing you've got to be skeptical in regards, one reason why you've got to be skeptical in regards to whatever you show on X, people will just put something up just to farm views for finances. Like this video might not have anything to do with the companies or organizations named. I'm not trying to defend it and say it's not. It could be legit what he's saying, but always take what you see on these websites as a pinch of salt, because people will just say anything just to get clicks on it, and then people will believe it. You know, that, however, is vile. But at the same time, we're the same people that will go to McDonald's and KFC, and the people that are handling up your foods are picking the nose and coughing and sneezing on food, and people are eating that because you didn't see it being made. All you see is your food being handed to you in a bag. So you don't really care that there's all types of a dirty kitchen in the background that they've not cleaned properly because inspection hasn't come around. These people only really clean when inspection comes around. You know, you've got food with basically nearly spit and snot on it. Things not cleaned properly, and people eat from these places, no problem. You know, if people can't see this, they don't care. So really, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if all of these meat places are like this. Key thing that what you should be doing is if you're buying meats from a butcher's, I understand you can try and do your research to see where they've got it sourced, but regardless, wherever you buy your meats, when you get it home, you should be cleaning the crap out of that. Yeah, I don't eat pork, so I ain't touching that. But when it comes to my chicken, I'm cleaning the hell out of it. It takes me ages to clean chicken. Even my folks are like, why are you taking so long cleaning this? And it's like, because I'm really trying to get all the gunk and all the blood that's in the veins out. I'll wash it, and then after I've rinsed all the gunk out of it with water, I'll wash it again, but this time with Himalayan salt and lemon, and then I'm washing it again, and then I'll freeze it, for like whenever I want to eat it, and then when I take it out, defrost it, wash it again, then I'll season it. Like, I don't trust nothing these days. But again, this picture and what he stated here may not even be the same thing, but you never really know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Subscribe. Right, I'm not gooning, but I just want to say this woman, I know it's AI, but this, as far as I'm concerned, is the perfect body on a woman, for me anyway. I'm not trying to goon. It's just the way, the leg shape, arms, everything's proported perfectly. This is the perfect shape on a woman. Whoever's got this shape is winning. It's the best of both. It's thick and she's slim at the same time. It's perfect. And these women exist. Go find them. Oh, Kevin Friend 9. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Aiden Ross kicked Cozzy out of his event after Cozzy spent the entire night being disrespectful towards him. Get him out of here.
I don't care what you say about dad, man. You got to respect the dad that represents for the family the way he do.
You got any daughters?
Yeah, I got a daughter. She just went to the Navy.
Yo, T.
How old is she?
They're doing the math, Cosby. Kick him out.
I got one of that. I got one of that.
Get him out of my van.
Yeah.
Kick him out right now. I want him out now. Pick him
Ladies
up,
and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision.
Here,
Judge 1 and 2 scores this bout.
I don't even know who Cozzy is. Don't even know who that is. I do think them jokes there are funny. They're not. Scroll right past them type of things there. Austin McBroom just knocked out Temper in round 1.
See, there it is again. This could be a good fight.
Oh, God damn. He's having convulsions on the floor. Oh, get him a gas mask straight away. Look, he's out of it. Get him a gas mask. Get him some oxygen. What the hell? Hit. That was a hit. Jesus. That was a hit. Lord God. God damn. And listen, it's not violence because it's in a boxing match. It's in a licensed boxing match. So, people that run these platforms, leave me alone. I'm not even playing it with any sound. Oh! Oh! God damn. Great gunshot to the face. Need to scroll past that before I get. I might just watch X-Men tonight. As soon as I come off stream, I might just watch the original one. I'm in the mood to do the X-Men series again. All the way from the original ones to like First Class, all the way up to the Phoenix movies. I might just go watch them all again. See, the thing about X, you got violence on it, you got people trying to show their ass and whatnot. It's dodgy. You got to be careful. Okay, that's a decent bit of trivia. So it says, Marvel originally stole Samuel L. Jackson's likeness for Nick Fury. The actor could have sued Marvel for millions of dollars, but instead he pulled off a genius deal. In 2002, Marvel artists were updating Nick Fury's look and without asking, drew him to look like Jackson. They even added a joke in the comic. In the Ultimates 4th edition, the team discussed who would play them in a movie. Nick Fury explicitly answers, why Mr. Samuel L. Jackson, of course? That's not even open to debate. Dr. PYM. Okay, so if this is true, it makes sense because I always wondered why they made Nick Fury black. You know, they did it in obviously before they made Nick Fury in anything visual outside of the comics, so nobody could necessarily complain apart from the super comic lovers from back then. Why did you make Nick Fury a black man? He's a white guy. You know, that's possibly the argument at the time, but again, social media wasn't about when this change happened, so it's probably the backlash couldn't really have any real momentum. So it says Jackson, an avid comic book reader, randomly walked into a comic book store in Los Angeles and saw his own face on the cover. His representatives contacted Marvel over the unauthorized use of his likeness. Rather than pursue a lawsuit, Jackson used the situation to his advantage. Marvel apologized and promised that whenever Nick Fury was adapted into live-action cinema, Jackson would be offered first right of refusal for the role. Just a few years later, Jackson appeared as Nick Fury in the post-credits scene of Iron Man. Ultimately, he not only got the role, but also secured a multi-film deal to play Nick Fury in the MCU. Worked out well for him. Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. Hey, motherfucker!
Love that song, man. There's something about you. It made me weak and knock me out. You're asking see
Okay, so the people are trying to obviously caricature how the verses went. Okay, I was going to do a video on this, but I might as well do it now. I did watch the verses, for those who were there or watched it live. However, I had to take it down because YouTube's copyright situation was blocking the video and whatnot. Donell Jones versus Joe. Well, as you know, I'm from the 90s. My favorite genre is R&B. R&B is me. It's ingrained in me. I'm more of an R&B listener than I am a rap listener, by far. Excuse me. I've always treasured the craft because I was listening to R&B before it got tainted by auto-tune and all this computerized rubbish. You know, like today's day, you've now got AI singers. Like none of that existed when I was listening to R&B. The members only club back then, you know, you either was able to sing at the highest order or you couldn't. And if you couldn't sing at the standard of what was needed, you weren't getting shown or nobody knew who you were, because back then social media didn't exist. And the only way these artists were ever going to be exposed is if they were shown on the television. Now, to be exposed on the television, you had to go through basically an audition in front of what I call gatekeepers. And the gatekeepers would dictate whether you're going to be allowed to be a star or not. So if you couldn't sing, the gatekeepers wouldn't basically sign you or whatever, and you won't be shown on the television. So all the greats, when you think about the greats of R&B, let's go through some of the males. Tank Tyrese, Donell Jones, Joe, Avant, Music Soul Child, Carl Thomas, Usher, Brian McKnight, R. Kelly, the groups, for example, Jagged Edge, 112, Jodeci, and the women, we can go to the women. Angie Stone, Jill Scott, Brandy, Monica, Floetry, Whitney, Braxton, Mariah, the list goes on. And even when you go to my side of the pond in Britain, Kelly Lee Rock, Beverly Knight, Shola Rama, Misha Paris, people like Craig David, people that came later on like Angel, newcomers like Colleen Taylor. We're talking, these people can sing out and out R&B, and they can sing it very, very well. And then what's happened over time is the craft has now been dwindled to where it's gone in so many different avenues. A lot of it started due to, T-Pain came along and he brought out auto-tune into it. And to me, that was just like fake singing. And then it led to a bunch of other artists doing the fake auto-tune singing. So R&B took a hit from its natural craft, because a lot of true R&B, especially 90s R&B, a lot of these singers grew up in the church. They grew up singing in choirs with grandma. Grandma would force them to go to church on a Sunday, Let's go to church, baby. Get ready for church. And then they'll be singing vocally. So all of these singers like D'Angelo and, Tank, and they were all in the choir. So they learned how to sing gospel music from a base level. And then what R&B is basically a diluted version of gospel. All R&B is gospel with sex now added into it. That's all it is. So these singers that I've named were amazing singers. Usher, R. Kelly, all those. It's because a lot of them grew up in the church. So they were able to, when it came to singing R&B, it was easy for them because they've been doing it since they were kids. Grandma and mum forcing them to go to church and sing. So I was blessed. I was spoiled with really high-grade music, the beautiful imperfections that come with the craft, the raspiness of a Brian McKnight to the cadence of, say, a Donell Jones, that like people try and sing his songs because his songs are rather easy to sing, but you still can't get his cadence because his unique voice. And then like R&B, it died roughly in 2007. It's been revitalized now, but it did die in 2007 because of the producer Timbaland. Timbaland killed it with one song. It was called the Way I Are song, which was him. I believe Kerry Hilson was in it. Am I saying it right? Am I saying the name right? Kerry Hilson, she was the female singer in it, and a black guy that was a rapper in it. I forgot his name. But that was basically a dance song. It was a dance song with, you've got this critically acclaimed black producer who's been, made hits upon hits, legendary songs amongst rap and R&B's, produced for both genres. He's in it. I ain't got no money. You remember the beat? And then you've got this R&B singer, Kerry Hilson. She's singing in it, and then you've got this other guy rapping in it, but it was a dance song. It was black people doing dance music. And that song was a huge hit with white communities. It was like number one in all over the place, but it was a huge hit with white people more than black people. But because it was black people that previously did R&B and black music, they decided to call that song R&B and rap. But it wasn't R&B and rap, it was a dance song. The only reason why you're calling it rap and R&B is because black people are performing in it. But no, just because a black person's in it, if a black person does dance music in a song, it needs to be called dance. Because if those were white people in that song, singing that song, it would have just been called dance. You've looked at the person's skin color rather than looking at what the song is. And then what would happen then going in the future, Rihanna would do a dance song and they'd call it dance and R&B. And it's like, no, she's just done a dance song. You're only calling it R&B because she previously comes from R&B, but no, it's a dance song. Usher, same thing with Usher. Usher would created a song like, oh my gosh, dun 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 dun. That was like his first ever dance song. But they were calling it dance and R&B, and it's like, it's not R&B, it's just a dance song. And then that's when I realized they started dictating your genre based on your skin color rather than what the music is. You know? And then just the craft started to die off because once that song became a hit from Timbaland, the Way I Song, you know, the likes of Usher and Neo, who, like, Usher came from songs like You Remind Me, you know, and Nice and Slow. Now he's doing, baby, tonight the DJ's got us falling in love again. Neo went from songs like So Sick to Let's Go dun 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 with like Calvin Harris. And then when you've got the leaders at the time, the faces of R&B, jumping ship to go and do dance music, people that are coming underneath, they're thinking, well, how am I going to, what's the point of me doing R&B if all the faces, the people that I look up to are now doing dance music? I'm going to have to do dance music as well. So then what happened is, like, R&B died from about 2007 all the way up to probably about 2018. So it's like probably maybe a 10-year span plus of just, you know, you got Chris Brown now going, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 I want to see you tonight. Everybody, dun, 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 dun. Like, R&B just, like, nobody was doing it. But then, you know, everybody's telling me R&B's dead, but I'm sat there watching Sam Smith do amazing ballads. Stay With Me. You say I'm crazy, you don't think I know what you've done. And then I'm watching Adele do songs like Hello. And then I'm watching Ariana Grande do songs like If God Is a Woman, and, you know, I'm watching Ed Sheeran, Justin Timberlake, and Justin Bieber doing R&B, and I'm sat there going, how is R&B dead when, oh, I get it, you mean R&B's dead for us, black people? You know, and so I watched the time when my favorite craft completely died because the sound got changed in it. And that's what then led me to start going on a search. I was searching mixtapes just to find R&B the way I grew up to hear it. I had to go to mixtapes because I couldn't go to mainstream media and listen to songs on MTV Base because it was all dance now. You've got Rizzle Kicks, I think the time, this group called Rizzle Kicks on a supposedly R&B and rap channel. I was like, what the hell's this? So I had to go search for demos just to hear the sound because apparently the sound died off. And then social media came along. The gatekeepers lost their power to dictate what you could listen to anymore. And then you just got all these artists just coming back with the beautiful sound. And what's happened here is, sorry to go around the houses, that took a while to bring it back home. But what's happened is, because we've dealt with so much crap and verbal rubbish since 2007 all the way up to probably about 2018, 19, people are now yearning for the actual sound because the actual sound is what made people feel good. That's the thing about R&B. It was the music that made you fall in love. Rap has always been, rap and R&B have been the yin and yang to each other. Rap is supposed to be when you want to be hyper, aggressive, shouting, whatever, like, you know, release a bunch of tension in yourself. R&B was supposed to be cool, calm, collected, love, marriage, falling in love, that butterfly feeling when a man and a woman see each other and beautiful music starts playing. That's what made a lot of black people romantic from the music we listen to. I've always been a firm believer in music does dictate how you behave. I know to try and say stats show it doesn't. No, it does. When you get all these black kids on the road, yeah, doing what they're doing, being on all sorts, and you know, being up to potentially doing things that we know, like Set Roadman do. You go and listen to the music that they're listening to, and it's saying, and a lot of the time they're listening to music talking about what they're actually doing on the road. You know, this MC and that MC. It's not a coincidence yet. You had someone like me who grew up on the roads, but I was more of a R&B guy. I was more of a romantic. You know, the music I listened to always calmed me down. So when it comes to like these shows like Donell Jones and Joe and they're doing the verses, it's more of a let's commemorate these guys. I might be using the wrong terminology there, but let's, you know, treasure them and give them their flowers of the great songs that a lot of my generation grew up on. You know, you've got songs from Joe, you know, Stutter, you know. To be honest, I'm going to start saying a load of songs that I thought, because I don't really listen to the hit releases. I kind of listen to the songs that were on the album. You know, like Love Is Just a Game, Priceless. I love the songs that didn't really get released, like with a video on it. You know, Donell Jones, you've got all of his songs. You Know What's Up, the generic one. Shorty Got Her Eyes on Me. Guilty by Suspicion. You know, This Love. You know. It was to celebrate them both, but it turned out to be a bit of a pantomime that people want to now crack jokes about. You know, you've got people, you know, basically taking the mick out of Donell Jones because Donell Jones struggles to sing live. I've seen the clips before the verses where Donell Jones is on stage and he's struggling to sing at certain concerts and events. And part of me's thinking, is this because of age or something? Is this something that's happened to him over the years, or has he always never been able to sing live? And has it just been a situation where he just gets to be in the studio and redo parts until it comes out nice to where it makes a nice song, but trying to sing a thing live from start to finish, he struggles? I don't know. I've never really seen him live perform. I've seen Joe perform live in person years ago. Joe can really sing live, but people now want to crack jokes at these guys, and it's like, all right, fair enough, get your kicks in. But to me, these are my greats. These are the people I grew up on. So when I see stuff like this,
it hurts so bad. Oh,
play that because there's music playing. So I get why they want to, you know, take the mic, and people want to get their clips in and whatnot. I get it. Me personally, can't laugh at these dudes because I grew up listening to the music. I can't. These are my heroes. These are my musical heroes that I grew up, and I was the kid in the mirror listening to their music growing up with the flipping comb in my hand, the brush, and visualizing myself as them. Like I wanted to be them. So, you know, this whole trying to diss them and whatnot. I understand Donell Jones didn't sing great at all. He didn't, I have to be honest. But let's not try and make out like Joe was singing. He sang better than Donell Jones, but he didn't really sound similar to the Joe of old. And again, this is age. People get older and their voices change. When you were a kid, your voice is dead high pitched. Yeah, I know mine was. Now my voice is broken. If I get to an elderly age, hopefully if I live long enough, I might be start talking like this. Oh, that's just the way it happens. So over time, the voice changes. Vintage Joe was a vocal maniac, like top 5, no matter what, when it comes to the vocalists out of the R&B singers, the 90s R&B singers, no matter what. And now he doesn't sound close to that. And people now just want to crack jokes, you know, to get the things in. But that's the internet, you know. I'll always support and love Donell Jones for the music. I grew up on, you know, where I want to be, where I want to be album. I grew up on Life Goes On. You know, I grew up on those 2 albums. Heck, some of the late material he did, like Journey of a Gemini. I love a few songs off that. You know, Joe, it goes without saying. My name is Joe. the later album again that doesn't really get enough love. Ain't Nothing Like Me. That's probably my favorite album from the show. I love My Name Is Joe. A few songs off And Then, the And Then album. But Ain't Nothing Like Me to me had hit after hit after hit. He should have made a load of videos from that album, you know. But, you know, these R&B singers, I'll always love them, even though R&B isn't as strong as it used to be. The kids, Gen Z, don't even know what R&B is. They listen to just Little Baby songs that they just hop and hop and hop. The Gen Z can't dance because they've not had any music to dance to. They do these little routine dances and then that's it. They can't actually dance and move. But again, different generation, different times. These pantomimes want to play jokes. They're just gonna copyright it. But yeah, it's a shame that people want to take the mick, but I support these guys. I always will. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like and subscribe. What does this say? So it says, So it says, Rockstar current marketing scheme is genius. And when people realize CyberLeak is working with Rockstar to lower expectations, then slowly drip good content that will be entirely overshadowed when Netflix release their gameplay footage. People will truly be excited when they see what Netflix has outweighs anything CyberLeak dropped on his 2-year-old build. CyberLeak has never been involved in any hacking scandal and appeared out of nowhere. A man with no experience is allegedly able to evade Rockstar, and this is during his first attempt at hacking. CyberLeak icon character will also be presented in GTA 6 as an asset, possibly a soda company or a parody hacking group in GTA that parodies Watch Dogs. CyberLeak is also showing great care with his leaks and not leaking one bit of the story, and showing gameplay mechanics that will look outdated when Netflix releases. This is the greatest bait and switch of all time. This is alleged for legal reasoning. It says the hacker or group known as CyberLeak or CyberLeak emerged specifically around the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks and has no widely documented or verified history of high-profile hacks targeting other major video game companies or corporations prior to Rockstar Games. So from what I got from that, you're basically trying to say Rockstar secretly put this hacker out to make the game look a bit unappealing to then, later in this Netflix special, show the game in just an amazing visual. Possibly. Yeah. Malia Shah as admin Dalimit as Ahmad. Not guys, I think that's me done. I'm done. I'm gonna try and get on and be more and more consistent, but that's me done. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'm gone. Out. I'm tired. See you soon.